Hey, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. My glasses are a little lopsided. I'm a bit all over the place. I have to leave for the airport in 3 hours, and I've only packed my makeup and toiletries, and I haven't even folded any of my clothes or opened my suitcase to put anything in it. So this will be my August makeup recap, as you can see from the title. Because I'm in such a hurry, I won't go as in depth into everything as I usually do, but I'll still show you all of my declutters, purchases, and empties. And I'll just get started with my declutters in my Ruffed Grouse mug, as always. And the only things that I'm decluttering this month are fragrances, specifically mini little sample fragrances. These are all scents that I just hate, and if I were to even try to use a little tiny sample, I'd be hating my life for an entire 2 weeks. So I'm getting rid of these. I recently, because I went through all of my samples with my grandma, because we were going through them together so she could pick out some that she wanted, and we smelled some pretty terrible ones while we were doing it. The first one is from the brand The Maker. This is Libertine. This is actually empty, so I think it must have evaporated. Maybe there's something wrong with the bottle, or maybe there's a little crack in here. So I guess I didn't even need to technically declutter this anyway. It's all gone, but I'll put the scent notes of each of these on the screen. Basically, my thoughts are the same. These are all terrible, so I'm not gonna go into them, but this is the brand that I have in the office project pan in the scent Fire, which is a bonfire smoky type scent, and that one I like if I mix it with something. None of these are mixable. Then I also have Book Bold, I think is what it's called, the plus version of Book from Commodity. I panned the regular expressive scent of this scent in the office project pan. This was months ago now, and I hated it. I hadn't smelled it before I put it in, but it fit the prompt so perfectly because the prompt was something related to a book. So of course I just put that scent in, and I did not like it. It was barely wearable with mixing. It was just, all of these scents are kind of they smell woody, but in a bad way. I can't exactly describe it. Hopefully the scent notes you'll know what I'm talking about from that. But yeah, I panned the personal version of Book in some other project, either That's So 2000s or Deck of Panning, I don't exactly remember. But I panned the personal version because as long as I mixed that one wasn't too terrible. I'm definitely not going to be wearing the bold version of this because I think I'd actually gag if I had to wear this. Then I have two of the Santal Vanille from the 7 Virtues. I got this, or both of these, in a sample pack that I bought. My shipment got lost, so they sent another one, but then the lost one made its way to my doorstep. So I have tons of these, the 7 Virtues perfume samples, and I can even smell these just from this far away, and I haven't even sprayed them. That's how strong these are. Yeah, I don't want these. It's not worth it, so I'm going to get rid of them. And then also from the Maker is the scent Naked. I also got all of these little Maker samples from a sample pack that I paid for. Luckily, I didn't get a double of these, but yeah, I did not like this one. I can't remember exactly what this one smelled like. I don't know if it was necessarily the same type of scent family as the other ones that I'm getting rid of, but either way, I did not like it. So those are all of the declutters, and now I'll go into my empties. The first empty that I'll talk about is actually one that I'm wearing now. It's not technically a full empty yet, and you might know what that is. It's the mini Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Cheeky, which is this orange red that I'm wearing on my lips now. It looks slightly less red because I have a peachy chubby stick underneath it, but it's red toned orange. This has been in my 54321 project the entire year, and I said last update that it was definitely going to be done by the end of the month because I was taking the stopper out. As you can see, I have taken the stopper out, but now that I did, I am able to access more. As you can see, there's like tons of product coming off on the doe foot. Sorry if this is like giving a glare, but yeah, I think I will be able to get like 1 or 2 more days of wear out of this. So, and I am bringing this with me while I'm out of town because I'm going to film my 54321 update while I'm out of town. So I'm going to call this an empty because technically August is not even over yet. It'll probably be done by the time August is over. And if I'm still gonna have it with me while I'm out of town, I figured it was fine to call this an empty now, and then during my 54321 update, I'll show you the actual empty tube, and then you can just watch that video and believe me then. But this is considered an empty for me. Then we have another lip gloss. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler in the shade Velvet, and there's nothing, or there's like a tiny bit that came off on the tip of the doe foot, but I scraped this all out. I'm not taking the stopper out because I didn't like it quite enough to do that, and I could always get this again if I felt like I wanted it. This was like a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. I didn't even pick this out, this shade specifically. I got this in a Sephora favorite set, and I had been wanting to try the Forget the Filler formula because Steph from It's Just Steph, this is like her favorite lip product ever. She always talks about it, so I was excited to try it. This was not my favorite shade. I did make it work, and I liked it with the way that I paired everything together, and I'll talk more about that in my, I think this is in my That's So 2000s project pan, so whenever I update that, I'll talk about how I used it. But I did like the way this felt on my lips, so if I ever repurchase this, it would definitely be in a much darker shade, but this is not something I feel like I need to go run out and repurchase, but it isn't empty. Then I have my Kulfi Underline Kajal eyeliner in the shade Cheeky Chiku, which is a dark brown, and it's all empty. There's nothing left. That's all I have to say about this. I already talked about this in my That's So 2000s update. Then I have the e.l.f. Skin Suntouchable Invisible Sunscreen, which is just a clear pore-filling primer type sunscreen. It's basically supposed to be a dupe for the Supergoop Unseen sunscreen. This was just a little mini that I got as a free gift with purchase, and it's all done. This was so close to being done during my last update, but it wasn't, so I just had like 2 more uses on this, and this has been just hanging around since then. But this is empty. I actually really did like this. If I ever like needed something like this, like I didn't have the Unseen sunscreen, I would potentially buy this if I was making an e.l.f. order. And then the last 2 empties are mascaras. This is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise in the shade Black Brown, which is the one that I've always been using, but this is my last tube of this. I haven't like repurchased it since January, which is when I bought 2 of these, because I'm not currently supporting L'Oreal for reasons I've already talked about. But this is my favorite mascara ever, so I am bummed that I won't have this in my collection moving forward, at least for the time being. But yeah, this is just dry, not dry to the point where like I can't use it at all anymore, but it is getting very clumpy. And I'm going out of town for 2 weeks, and I'm not bringing this with me because I don't even think it would last another 2 weeks, so I'm bringing something else, and I may as well just call it an empty now because I won't be using it once I come back anyway. And then I also have the Urban Decay Lash Freak. I don't even know like any more details about this because everything has pretty much rubbed off of the tube. I got this as a free gift with purchase when I bought my Naked palettes back in like the end of 2021, so this is very old. Yeah, it's like there is still a little bit of product left, but the thing is, because this wand is so like crazy, I was constantly having to like wipe it off, and I think just by wiping it off is how I used most of the product. So It's kind of the same story as the L'Oreal mascara. I could still use this, but I'm not bringing it with me on vacation and I'm not going to use it after. So it's an empty now. This was in my The Office project pan and I've already updated on that one, so you may have already seen that. But those were all 6 of my empties. Before I get into my purchases, I do want to say I ended last month with, like, I was 10 in the red. Last month I did say that I was changing my rules to, or from 2 out 1 in to 1 out 1 in, because some changes were made. If you want to see more about that, you can watch the last video in the series. But I ended last month 10 in the negative, but I did make a little mistake. I thought I brought in 7 Terra Moons singles, but actually one of those was my mom's. I accidentally counted, it was like 2 of the same single and I counted both of them as mine. So I only had 6, bringing me down to -9 instead of -10. Let's go on to the items that I've purchased. I think it was last update I said that I wanted to go on a no buy in September, but I couldn't do that because I wanted to go on a no buy in August, but I couldn't do that because I'd already purchased items in August, so I'll just do it in September instead. And then 10 Red Lipsticks commented on my video and she was like, well, why don't you just like not buy anything else for the rest of August? And I was like, you're so smart. Like, I don't know why I didn't think of that. So I didn't buy anything after that, like I said I wasn't going to, but the amount of stuff I purchased before making that promise was enough for more than 1 month. So let me just get into the items that I purchased. First was something necessary. This is the Milani Stay Put Liquid Brow Wax. I mean, I guess it wasn't like super necessary, but this combined with a clear brow gel is my favorite way of setting my brows. I have super unruly brows. They're like, if they get too long, they actually start to curl and they're just so hard to manage. So to me, this is a necessity. And I got it on a discount at Ulta, so it was an even better deal. But yeah, I'm just fine with this. I don't feel guilty about it. The other stuff I do feel a little guilty about. Basically, Fenty and Sephora at the same time were having a sale on Fenty products. And also because I was a new member to the Fenty website, I got an additional discount on top of everything. So I did buy some stuff from the Fenty website. Specifically, I bought these 2 gloss bombs. So this is the newest shade, which is the Major Flex shade. When I saw this, I immediately wanted it, and then I didn't get it because I was too late, and then it came back in stock, so I immediately snatched it up. And then I got the Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb again. I had this and then I finished it just last month in my That's the 2000s project, and I was going to always repurchase this again, so I figured I may as well get it while I'm getting a double discount. And I got a free gift with purchase, 2 gifts with purchase in that order anyway, so it's like an extra good deal. But these are the 2 that I got from the Fenty website, and then I got 4 from Sephora. Basically, I just lost control. I originally got this one Fenty lip oil. I wanted to try the Fenty lip oils because I saw a swatch of I think it was Frosted Bunz that I saw a swatch of in someone's video, and this lip oil is so beautiful. Like, it has multicolored, like, holographic glitter running through it. It is so pretty. And because all of the lip oils were on sale and they're only available on the Sephora site, not even Fenty, and usually when something's on sale for that long, especially because this was a limited edition release, these like lip oils, I figured they were going to be discontinued, so I just bought all of them. And then as one of the like free gift with purchase codes, I got the Champ Stamp Fantasy and one of the little minis. Sometimes these are the codes and sometimes these are point perks, but I definitely recommend getting these little minis. They're great size, but this also counts, even though it's free, it also counts against me in my beauty bank. So this is 7 items purchased, 6 empties. So basically I'm 1 more in the negative than I was last month, which since I was technically at -9 last month, I'm just back at -10. So there was like no point in doing all that math. I'm back at -10. I really need to finish some products, but on the bright side, I will say I am very close to finishing a lot of products for September, and I really think I'll have, I don't want to spoil anything, but I think I'll have more than 10 empties next month. So we'll just see where I end up, and that's all. I'm gonna end it here so that I can start packing. But thank you so much for watching. I'll just have to see you in my next video, but until then, I hope you have a great day. Bye.